We've just seen a great game of football here, Monday Night Football Live on Channel 5. 37-24, the Vikings won it, and now the perfect way to round off an evening, the all singing, all dancing, week 5.
$22 penalties for the 49ers, 26 points for the Bills. That was all it took as Buffalo ends San Francisco's undefeated run. Rob Johnson, 250 yards. Adam Vinatieri, the man whose great-great-uncle played in General Custer's marching band. That's absolutely true. I'm not making it up. Hits the game-winning field goal with 2 seconds to go. And if Curtis Martin is the Otis Anderson for the Jets, Vinny Testaverde's turning into Phil Simms. The big tuna has his old Giants in motion again. The Eagles are so bad that when the headset goes off, Ray Rhodes doesn't answer the call. Denver, Bubby Brister, 4 touchdowns. John who? For a team that's supposed to be Seahawks, they don't react very well to the water, do they? Andre Rison, the 80-yard TD, the big play, a big game for Tom Barnt for Kansas City. Peyton Manning's touchdown pass, the difference in the battle of the rookie #1 quarterbacks. Elijah Alexander, an interception, fumble recovery, and 12 tackles. Atlanta on the romp, Tim Dwight with the long kickoff return. And would you have a guy with post-concussion syndrome catching passes if he was your quarterback? Over 100 yards rushing for Emmitt Smith and for Chris Warren, and that's all it took for Dallas. Washington 0-5. Danny Cannell out Dilfer's Dilfer. Look at that, 168 yards passing, and the Giants even managed 64 yards on the ground. Vince Tobin getting the Bruce Coslett Award for worst play calling in a crucial situation. Donald Hollis replacing Jeff George for Oakland. Well, the interceptions was all it took. Three fourth-quarter touchdowns and the Bears finally win. The key stat for Detroit, Charlie Batch had twice as many rushing yards as Barry Sanders. And in the AFC East now, Miami and New England even. The Jets on a little bit of a roll. Right behind them, Buffalo and Indy getting their first wins. In the Central, the bye week, so all those teams are done, but Jacksonville we've got coming up next week for you, and they're undefeated. In the West, Denver's undefeated as well. Kansas City's now up to 4-1. Surprising Oakland is there with Seattle, and those two teams have to win to avoid falling behind. In the NFC least, Dallas is the team in control now, and they could break away from the rest of this pathetic division. In the Central, Minnesota, you've just seen beat Green Bay. They take over sole possession of first place. Tampa Bay with 2-3, the only team left who can catch them. And in the West, Atlanta, New Orleans, and San Francisco all have one loss. St. Louis and Carolina will watch them from behind for the rest of the year.
There you go. So that's how the action's all going to be going for you. As Mike mentioned there, Jacksonville are going to be playing next week. They're unbeaten thus far, and they have got the Miami Dolphins next week. 12:50. We are live on air. We like Jacksonville so far, don't we?
They're a good team and well balanced, and their strength, which is the offensive line, matches up well with Miami's strength, which is the quickness of their defense and their pass rush. So that should be a good battle.
Absolutely. Well, we've a big game tonight. Looking forward to one as well for next week. Tomorrow night, by the way, on Live and Dangerous, none other than Big Ron Atkinson in the studio. And we'll see you next week. The big one. See you later.
NFL on 5 with Coors Beer.